one is on the Antares battlefield. The winner makes it to the finals. The loser, unfortunately, gets to go home for the week. Team Noob versus Nova, 1-1, winner take all. So EJ, Inviram, all you.
Let's get into game number 3. Team Noob is here. And they want to complete this reverse sweep because, you know, they want to go into these finals again. They started off the day joking around. They're having a little bit of fun, but now it's all business. It's all serious now as they want to push themselves forward here and once again return to the finals. They've won the last 2 weeks here. I'm pretty sure that's a trend they want to have continue.
Yeah, definitely. I like here, they're not invading. Both teams don't have a really that strong of an early game. And Murad, you want to get to level 4. Violet, you want to get her core item first before you can start doing some poke damage. But I do like the Murad here, and I'm excited to see how Vex will play him because they have been known to play Murad. Vex has thousands of games, and Murad was one of the heroes that actually used to spam months ago, back in November, that he played to such high degree. So something that Murad is really dangerous is that circle there is another dimension. It decreases the armor of enemies who are in it 100 armor. So then he does much more damage. And Joker is a attack damage, right? Wonder Woman's attack damage. They're basically going to be able to synergize that and do a lot of burst damage onto the enemy hero if they combo such abilities together.
Yeah, they really just need to get that initial initiation there. And having someone like that Teamy there, as we can see, is a great way to set up that initiation. The damage that was coming in there as well from that Joker, able to land that snipe, that was huge there. As once again, we see a push going in onto the mid lane, finding now that Chognar. And that is the execution. Nicely done. The damage early game. Vex with that Murad, beautifully done. And now it's Poseidon going to look to turn re-engage on there. The Injured to dodge that tower shot. Can he get the follow-up though? No, can't quite find it there. Poseidon an inch away from another kill.
I love what 0-9 did there. He used a chain lance to get over the wall, proc his pooty stun, and look at the Joker there. So Joker's passive, guys, is called the punchline. He's able to after he comes out of battle, he then loads up his pistol and gets his next auto attack, does extra physical damage and has extra range. And that's exactly what happened to the Violet there. So the laughs on her. But again, 0-9 made that play, and then you saw Vex come in. He used another dimension, put them into that, which slows the enemy opponents by 90% in that circle, and then procced his auto attacks, got his ult up, and then bam, just executed, you know, the side of Nova there under that ultimate. So they got to be careful against Murad, because once Murad gets fed, he's a monster in the late game.
You thought you were safe. Nowhere is safe. That is what Team Noob is trying to impart on their opponents here in game number 3, as we see another kill going in the mid lane. Y07, or Y01, I was going to say, is having a bit of an issue here so far in this early game. That Chognar has not been having a very good time because Team Noob has been so aggressive in their rotations in this mid lane in particular, and now they are finding that rotation there onto the Abyssal Dragon. So they are going to be able to pick up the first dragon of the game. Very smartly, Nova is not going to look to contest this. They are already down 3 kills. Giving up additional kills on top of a dragon is a great way to just allow Team Noob to blatantly snowball.
Yeah, and look at this rotation here. They're going to try to get the kill on Crane here on the max. However, they're taking so much tower damage, just extremely risky. Crane doesn't get the kill, but Teamy, can Teamy do it here? No, he's too late. It's not fast enough. Oh, he does do it! 0-9, he revives himself as well. What a play from 0-9, getting the kill and the revival on himself. Wow.
That was huge. 0-9 saying, you can be a playmaker on support, guys. This is how it's done. You want a textbook on how to play Teamy? He is writing it right now in this game. Beautifully done from the side of Team Noob here. This is the squad we expected. This is the team we hyped up when this all began. And now we are seeing them pushing in here, trading out towers though, because all the while, Nova, Violet is still going to be a factor. Let's talk about Violet and how good she is at sieging these towers.
Yeah, he did such a good job there. They knew that they lost the bottom tower, which is dragging side of the map. However, iFlex trading on the top is what you want to do to stay ahead. And look at this engage, and Poseidon with the plays there, getting the kill on Violet. Because he's able to get his passive up, get the 5 lightning bolts, it did all the damage to Violet while he was under the Endure protection. That was such plays of 1v2 and still getting a 1v1 trade.
That was, as we call in the biz, a strict outplay. That was really nicely done, and another nice engage coming in now for the side of Team Noob as they're going to isolate. The turbulence is there. It's a little bit of a rough landing for the side of Nova as they are going to be falling in that top lane. A nice pick once again. Team Noob is now firing on all cylinders. They've woken up, they had their cup of coffee, and they're ready to take it to Nova in game number 3.
Yeah, the reason why you saw Vex did so much damage because he gets a 5% attack damage buff when he gets 4 stacks of his Rift. You know, and look at the amount of damage. Once he has 4 stacks, you have to back away. He's going to keep stacking these jungle monsters. He's going to come back and just poke. He has infinite poke if these monsters are up. And that's how Murad is playing. That's what makes him so dangerous. And look at this. He actually lost the stacks there. He needed those stacks. He didn't go in time. And as a result, he has to back up. This is what makes Murad also weak. It's based on a lot of execution and a lot of timing you have to get right.
It's a very high skill cap mechanically on that hero for sure, but we are seeing that Team Noob is definitely a squad that can utilize that, can capitalize on that as they are getting value across the map, getting towers in top, towers in mid, all the while going after a dragon as well. Team Noob is getting every objective on the map simultaneously. They are looking very good, but this is not over yet for Nova. They can come back. One big initiation for Max, the follow-up. If L'Oreal gets in, lands a big smite, if she can play in that, she can get off the wheel, get off the damage, but blinking left and right. I need to see Dark go off in this play, but I need to see Y01 come in, and I need to see a massive chaos protection. I need to see him getting value for his team in these fights.
Yeah, and look at that Wonder Woman stun. The Joker used his canister ultimate to stun, put in place, and then Wonder Woman then Pitch used his ultimate to then double stun iFlex, and then basically, or not iFlex, Lubu. Then Lubu, Sepka didn't have a chance to get out and just instantly bursted down.
Instantly bursted down, indeed. Oh, I was also talking about the Dark Slayer here because that also just got instantly deleted. The damage is really ramping here for the side of Team Noob as we look at a 5k gold lead already in this game. Dark needs to be careful though. He does have the injuries, going to be dodging that out. Dodging all the abilities. The chain is welcoming from Team going to be denied. That was a beautiful play from Dark there. That was exactly what they needed to have happen there, because if that L'Oreal was to fall, that could have been sort of that one of the final nails in the coffin here. The Team Noob just needs to roll in onto that mid lane, but they are again still getting value here. But all the while, Max is going to try and split push.
Yeah, this is the power of Murad though. You can see that Adam's he's playing Soul Reaver, gives him that 90+ attack damage. So every hit from his ultimate just does so much damage because as he kills more monsters, it adds even more on top of that 90 attack base damage. And look at Ivex there. He's gonna get some hits. He's gonna get 4, and he's gonna ult right there and do so much damage. L'Oreal barely survives by walking out of the ultimate's range.
And that's one of the great things about Murad here is his ability to just dive these towers with impunity. Look at him setting himself up. He's gonna be able to go right back in, hit the, as you said, hit those jungle monsters, then come back in, come back out. Vex is looking like an absolute fiend on that hero right now. Nova just needs to fear 07's going to look to set that up. Not quite able to find the snipe there as well with the rocket, so that is it. Now they're going in, they're fighting under the smite. They're going to try and isolate Sipka in the back line, but no, turning on this. And that is going to be the turbulence there. Again, a rough landing for the side of Nova as they were just able to isolate, pick it up. Poseidon needs to run for dear life, though, as they're diving onto the core now onto iFlex, finding the pick there as well, but they're getting very low. There's the heal coming in from Teamy. Nicely done there, so they are going to retreat. They're not going to push their luck here, but all the while the value is stacking up.
Yeah, I mean, Vex is playing this Murad so well. The plays that are happening, there's so much damage coming from the side of Nova, so much physical damage that, honestly, Nova needs to build defense at this point. You know, Vex and Joker, they have so much attack damage. You know, you have to start building some defense to last, because if you get bursted down that quickly like this, every fight is going to be so hard. And Lubu is their, you know, one of their most tanky guys. He is their tank. Chognar is not that tanky. He's building an Ober Magi. So on the side of Nova, they're extremely squishy and susceptible to the burst damage that we see coming from the side of Team Noob.
Team Noob definitely has burst damage in spades here. And as you said, Nova is just really struggling to deal with just the raw amount of damage that Team Noob is bringing to the table here. And once again, they're going to use this to get another dragon. Team Noob is just ramping further and further ahead here. And again, we talk about this team with their ability to just sort of continue to grow as the series progresses, and we're seeing it here. Pitch now walking a little bit too far forward. This is something we've been seeing a little bit more from him of late, just playing a little bit too confident in lane, but he is going to get decent value, and of course, he's going to create some space.
Yeah, he definitely is going to create that space, allow, hopefully, the side of Team Noob to get this tower. I like how they cut the wave there. It allows their wave to reach the tower quicker. That's one thing you guys want to look at the mechanic there in terms of wave control. You want to cut the wave in behind the tower, which allows your wave to not crash the enemy wave, get to tower a lot quicker, and you're able to take the tower a lot faster. And look at the poke damage coming from 0-7 there from that cannon ability that Joker has.
I mean, just launching that rocket in and doing work with it. So if he can keep getting that off as well, of course, we do know that the poke damage eventually, it's going to do its work because it's going to create the opening. If you can start to chunk down those health bars and then eventually follow up with that initiation, that is something like a team eat does offer. And then, of course, you follow up with that Murad damage. I mean, that's just how you win games, as they are now putting the pressure in both sides. Once again, we see Wonder Woman getting that pressure in the top lane while the rest of the team is splitting between mid and bot. Nova is all responses. We talked about this. Jump mentioned this as well. Reactive play versus proactive. Nova needs to make a play. They can't just keep responding because death by 1,000 cuts, quite literally here from Ivex. They are just going to tear Nova apart piece by piece.
And you can see Vexer. He did so much damage. One ultimate almost killed the Violet. I mean, Violet has no defense. So honestly, the amount of attack damage coming from the side of Team Noob is ginormous. And look at that, 2,000 damage onto the tower from one auto attack from the Joker here.
And speaking of damage going in, that is the side of Nova just being absolutely shredded. Dark is going to drop his little pitch in the back line. He's getting chased down by Crane, but they are now pushing it onto the corner, diving there as iFlex is trying to run for dear life, but not able to find that. As Crane is going to pick up 1 kill. Poseidon is dove way too deep, though. He is between a rock and a hard place, so able to pick up 4 kills now is the side of Team Noob, and they have a minion wave in mid. The super minion is there as well, so I believe this is going to be it. They do have the damage. The Joker is here. That is going to be GG coming back with the reverse sweep. It is going to be Team Noob taking game number 3. They will advance to the finals.